Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Monday Huddle on the Educational AD Podcast. We're going to be right back with this Monday Huddle episode, but as always, we're going to give a shout out to our sponsors. Now, don't hit that fast forward button. These are all companies that I used as an athletic director. They're all great companies. You should be using them too. So take a few minutes, listen to our shout outs, then listen to our Monday Huddle, and then go and visit these sponsors. I'm telling you, you're going to be glad you did. Here we go. We want to say thanks to our good friends at Hometown for their continued support of the podcast. Hometown's solutions include a wide variety of resources, including, well, digital ticketing, of course, but how about fee-free fundraising, athletic website construction? The list just goes on and on. Whether you're an athletic director, a principal, even a head coach, Hometown is going to show you how to save time, how to raise more money, and how to bring your entire community together. You'll find it all at hometown.com. We also want to say thanks to Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. At my school, we use surveys for everything, for student athletes, for coaches, even for parents. And the information that came back on these surveys was overwhelmingly positive, and it'll be the same for you. We also got to hear from those squeaky wheel parents, but the surveys allowed us to hear their concerns, usually address them before they turned into something big. But going back to that positive data, having all of that positive feedback, it's incredibly valuable, especially if you're visiting with your principal or sometimes even with your school board. Go to athleticsurveys.com. They're going to create a custom survey that lets you take the pulse of everybody in your program. athleticsurveys.com. We also want to say thanks to Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. Now, I didn't get my master's from Ohio, but my assistant athletic director did, and it was a great experience. Along with thousands of others, while he was earning his degree, he also completed 11 NIAAA leadership training courses at no extra charge. Check out Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. We also want to say thanks to Booster Hub. Booster Hub is the #1 Booster Club software program, and you really need to check out all the features that they have. Booster Hub takes care of sponsorship payments, takes care of meal fees and concession sales, also handles volunteer scheduling. How about that? Spiritware sales, communication. Membership isn't going to fall through the cracks with Booster Hub. It's going to give your boosters more time to support you as a fan. And isn't that what you want? Go to boosterhub.com for more information. It's the platform your boosters need. It's the platform they deserve. We also want to say thank you to Home Campus. Scheduling, rosters, communication, facilities, results. Home Campus does these things better and faster than the other platforms. Their athletic eligibility and clearance platform alone is a game changer. Go to homecampus.com. Don't forget to mention the podcast. That's homecampus.com. We want to thank our friends at Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com and you can schedule a live web demo to see their products in action. Probably one of the best purchases I ever made was our Sideline Interactive indoor score table. We use it for home games, of course, but we also use it for pep rallies, for signing ceremonies. Their products are incredibly versatile, and their customer service is just outstanding. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. Schedule that live web demo today. We want to thank our good friends at Beacon Creative and Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Now, Wall of Fame has been helping schools bring their legacy to life for over a decade, but Beacon Creative takes it to another level. Beacon is a content creation service. It's going to take your stories, your history, your legacy, and come up with compelling narratives that you can then post with your social media platforms. You really have to see it to believe it. I want you to email John Townsend, and you can do that at John, John, at beaconwalloffame.com. Check them out today. Beacon Creative and Vital Signs Wall of Fame. They're a winning team. We also want to thank our good friends at Gipper. Go to Gipper.com and let their crew turn you into a social media marketing genius. Your athletic department is doing great work, and Gipper provides easy-to-use tools that'll help you share your story, engage your audience, and grow your brand. Your colors, your logos, it's all there. Just go to Gipper.com and don't forget to mention the podcast. And finally, we want to say thanks to Huddle. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years, but when I became an athletic director, I made sure that our school was a Huddle school. And our coaches, I'm telling you, all of our coaches just love the platform. Our students love the videos, our parents love the streaming, but there's a whole lot more. Go to huddle.com, join the 100 million users, and find out how to turn your school into a Huddle school. That's huddle.com. And as always, mention the Educational AD Podcast. Well, welcome back, everybody, to another Huddle, Monday Huddle, actually, episode number 25 of our Monday Huddle series. We've been focusing on the NIAAA, the benefits of certification. We talked about the core courses and the requirements. Now, we're going to talk about how to become a certified athletic administrator by taking the CAA exam. And I know many people are test anxious. They're a little apprehensive about taking an exam. I can tell you, I was on certification for years. When I took my CAA so many years ago, I was nervous too, but you're going to do fine. And hopefully this little episode of the Monday Huddle will give you some tips on how to ease that test anxiety and make sure you're at your very best. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the CAA. You know, the truth is, today's athletic administrator wears more hats than ever. They're an educator, of course, a manager, a mentor, have to be a legal expert too, and a community leader. The NIAAA certification program, and specifically the CAA credential, gives you the framework and the recognition to excel in this complex role. It's not just about a title or letters after your name. It's about mastering the skills and the ethics that elevate both you and your athletic program. Now, the Certified Athletic Administrator, CAA credential, is a nationally recognized professional credential that identifies you as a competent, I would say highly competent, experienced, and ethical leader in education-based athletics. It also signals that you've achieved a certain level of training in education, gained real-world athletic administration experience, and you've demonstrated mastery through a national certification exam. It's similar to a principal earning professional certification. It confirms that you've met national standards. Let me say that again, national standards of excellence. Now, before you register to take the exam, you must meet 5 eligibility requirements that have been established by the NIAAA. You must be an active NIAAA member, current member in good standing, so make sure your dues are paid up. Educational requirements. You must hold at least a bachelor's degree, and this can be in any discipline. It's simply showing that you've got some educational cred. There's an experience requirement. You have to have at least 2 or more years of verified experience working in the capacity of an athletic administrator. This can be an AD, an assistant AD. It can be a coach that has additional athletic director duties that have been assigned and documented, but you have to have that experience. You also have to complete the required coursework. There's 5 required leadership training courses to sit for the CAA exam: 501, 502, 503, 504, and 506. You can find all this information on the NIAAA website. We also have done our series. We talked about the core course requirements in a previous Monday Huddle. And then the final requirement is you have to agree and follow the NIAAA's Professional and Ethical Standards Code of Ethics commitment. And even if you don't have that 2-year AD experience yet, okay, you can begin completing the LTC courses online or your state conference to build toward your eligibility to sit for the CAA exam. All right, once you've met the qualifications, now it's time to apply to take the exam. And here's how that works. Go to the NIAAA website. That's NIAAA.org. Click on certification and then click on apply for CAA. There's an online application form. You can upload your documentation of the courses and experience. There's an exam fee. It's going to be less for NIAAA members. So, take a look at getting that NIAAA membership if you're not currently a member. After you've registered, you'll receive a confirmation and a scheduling link to choose your test format. You can take the test online. This is proctored remotely. If you're interested in that, there's more information on the NIAAA website. You can also take it in person, which I think might be the more common way, at your state conference or the national conference. But you have to do that in advance. You have to sign up in advance. Don't just show up at your state conference and say, hey, I want to take the exam. Also, if you have any questions during the process, don't hesitate to email the certification office at the NIAAA. They are very, very responsive. Now, the exam itself, it's designed to measure your practical knowledge of athletic administration, not to trick you. There's no crazy trick questions. The exam is simply to validate your readiness. Some details. There's 100 multiple choice questions from a test bank that has well over 100, so no two tests are alike. There's a 90-minute time limit. The questions are based primarily on the content from the required LTC courses. That's 501 through 506. And to pass, you need to get a score of 80 or better. 80 out of 100, that's obviously 80%. The general topics: philosophy and ethics of educational-based athletics, leadership, communication and supervision, organizational management, budgeting and scheduling best practices. Also, legal liability, risk management, and Title IX compliance. And again, these are multiple choice questions where you'll be asked to find the best answer. Don't read anything into the question. Take the question on face value. Don't say, well, what if this happened? Or are they asking this? No, just take the question on face value. Now, after you're registered, you're going to want to prepare and do some study. And here's where some best practices can really show results. Go back and review your LTC course manuals. Highlight the key points and definitions and some of the real-world scenarios from those core courses. Also, highly encourage you to join a study group, either in person or online, through your state association. Many state association conferences, the FIAAA, for example, I know New York does it, Missouri and other states, they'll host CAA review workshops at the conference, typically the night before you take the exam. And these are all included in your conference registration. There's no extra fee for that. You can also reach out to your state certification coordinator, who can probably connect you with an AD to serve as a test review mentor and go over some of the key points of the exam. Remember to focus on application. It's not a minutia type of exam. The exam measures how you would respond, how you should respond to practical athletic administration situations. It's not just rote memorization. There is an NIAAA CAA study guide, and that's available through the certification office. And it outlines the exam structure and gives you some practice questions. Set yourself up a study schedule. Maybe spend a couple of weeks revisiting each LTC course. Write down some notes if that helps you. Do mini mock tests with colleagues and mentors. And that's kind of a pro tip. The people who say, oh, it was so easy, usually end up saying that discussing the course material with a mentor or an AD peer, a study buddy, help them retain and apply the information more effectively than studying on their own. Okay, on exam day, review your notes, but don't cram. Go through each question with the mindset of an educational leader, not just a rule enforcer. Take about 1 minute per question. Read carefully. Read the entire question. Many questions will have multiple correct options, but there is always only one best or most appropriate response. Again, read the question, pick the best answer. When you complete the exam, you'll usually receive your results in about 2 to 3 weeks. Sometimes people get them earlier, but if you haven't gotten them in a couple weeks, go ahead and email the office. But don't do it right away. Don't email them the next day. Say, hey, what's my exam score? Wait a couple of weeks. When you pass, You'll receive your CAA certificate and PIN, and your name's going to be added to the National Directory of Certified Athletic Administrators. Earning the CAA credential is both a professional achievement and a personal milestone. And it says to your school, your coaches, your community, it says to you, I take this work seriously. I'm not just managing sports, I'm leading an education-based program that's built on excellence and integrity. The process takes commitment, completing the courses, preparing for the exam, and then applying what you've learned. But the reward is far greater. That CAA credential brings you increased credibility, a broader professional network, and the confidence that your leadership meets the highest national standards. And remember, every certified athletic administrator helps elevate the reputation of all athletic directors. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for listening to the Monday Huddle on the Educational AD. If you found this segment helpful, please share it with another athletic director or maybe an aspiring AD or coach. And as always, we appreciate you listening. Keep showing up, keep supporting, and keep leading. This is the Educational AD Podcast. We'll see you next time. And before we go, we're going to give our sponsors one more shout out. We want to say thanks to Booster Hub, the #1 booster club software program in America. Go to boosterhub.com. Home Campus, scheduling, rosters, results, athletic eligibility. You'll find it all at Home Campus. That's homecampus.com. Athletic surveys. If you're not using a survey to take the pulse of your parents or your student athletes, you're really missing out. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and videos. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. Huddle. I used it as a football coach. As an AD, we were a Huddle school. Go to huddle.com to get started. Beacon Creative and Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Email John Townsend at beaconwalloffame.com for more information. Hometown. Digital ticketing, athletic website construction, fundraising. The list just goes on and on. Go to hometown.com to get started. Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. Check them out. And finally, Gipper. Go to Gipper.com. Let their team help you become a social media marketing guru. That's it from the Monday Huddle. We'll see you next time on the Educational AD Podcast.